Introducing the Open Palm Podcast, hosted by Jerome Shaw. Available today on your favorite podcasting platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor.fm, and many more. The Open Palm Podcast, where the host engages his listeners with inspirational messages, motivating themes, and thought-provoking ideas. Topics include: make more mistakes, how much is your value, don't get right, get going, learning to let go, excellence is a habit, and more. Binge listen today. Subscribe today. It's getting excellent ratings. That's the Open Palm Podcast, hosted by Jerome Shaw. You can also find it on YouTube. Make sure you share it with your social networks and connect on Twitter and Instagram at Jerome Shaw. That's the Open Palm Podcast with Jerome Shaw. Available today on your favorite podcasting platforms. Go listen, download, and subscribe now.
The more, the more. The less, the less. I have found in my life this to be true. The more, the more. The less, the less. The more I eat, the more I want to eat. But the less I eat, the less I need to eat. The more I walk, the more I want to walk. The less I meditate, the less I want to meditate. The more I upload and publish and record these podcast episodes for you, the more I want to, my friend. But if time goes by, if time slips by, if I let time pass by without doing something, without making something a priority, without intentionally making a habit, the less, the less. Use this simple principle in your life. The more things you have, the more things you want. You know, the more things we buy, there's always more. And there's a lesson in contentment as well. Needing less. By being thankful and grateful for all we have, we get more as well. But that's another story. If you've ever wanted to exercise or get yourself in the gym, realize the principle of the more and the less. The more you do it, the more you want to do it. But the less you do it, the less you'll want to do it. There hasn't been any time in my life where I've had so much ambition or the notion to keep doing something that I hadn't done in a long time. Let that sink in for a moment. For an object at rest tends to stay at rest. An object in motion tends to stay in motion. You push a boulder up a hill. Once it reaches the tipping point, all it needs is just a little push. And now it's rolling on its own momentum. The more, the less, the less. But staring at the blank page, or allowing that boulder that you were rolling up the mountain to just roll back down past you without getting it to that point, that crossover. The more, the less, the less. So people who get fit in the gym aren't the people that go every once in a while. They're the ones that go even when they don't feel like it. For the more you do something, the more you'll do it. But the less you do it, the less you'll want to do it. flip this. And instead of having this as a negative in your life or a roadblock or an obstacle, make this a superpower, allowing you to do more things that serve you and to let go of things that don't. Thank you for listening, my friend. This has been Jerome Shaw on TOP, the Open Palm Podcast here in San Antonio, Texas. The open palm means harmony with the world, understanding our place in the world, using our skills accordingly, greeting the world with an open palm instead of a closed fist. I pray you receive the kind message, letting you know that there is power in doing, and not just thinking about doing, but doing and being. The more we do, the more we want to do. But if you have a habit that you're trying to let go, the less you do, the less you'll want to do. Share this episode with a like-minded individual, learning and growing, becoming their greatest version, just like you, my friend. Pay it forward so more can hear the message. And if this is your very first time receiving this podcast, then welcome to the Open Palm. Definitely subscribe if you're not already for more inspirational messages like this. And if you feel compelled to support, consider opening your browser to anchor.fm/jshaw. Supporting the podcast there is much appreciated. Thank you. Big shout out and big love to all the wonderful supporters who continue to donate and contribute to the podcast. Much love to you. Have a wonderful day or night wherever you are, and take care, my friend. Hey there, my friend. So you've heard about Anchor, but do you know why it's the easiest way to make a podcast? Well, first off, it's free. It allows you to use creation tools that let you record your podcast right from your phone or computer. It also distributes your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more platforms. You can even make money from your podcast with minimum listenership. It's everything you need in one place. Download the free Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started. Can't wait to hear yours. Let's see what you have to offer the world.